I gotta come up with some jokes. Um,
That's all right. We'll joke until we don't joke no more.
It's not too
Then we'll
late.
joke once or twice more. I mean, I got a couple, so
okay. I think
I got a
Jimbo's
big
got
stack.
some. Maybe Pearly has some jokes too.
Pearly might have some jokes.
Yay, Friday?
Hey, have a joke? No.
No.
No? Okay.
If I
Itchy
had some,
hair.
I'd say them.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Hooligans Underground. Welcome to
Yay!
Standing Room Only. Yay. Hold on,
Yay!
isn't there baseball going on tonight? I think
Oh,
so.
maybe that's why. But
Baseball
it ain't
and
Yeah,
nothing
hockey.
important. We only
it's
just
just,
got started.
yeah, true. It's just
Maybe it's
baseball.
hockey. I wonder if the hockey,
For them
there's,
Canadians.
yeah, the NHL finals. I wonder if they're out tonight.
Usually, there's only one night a week they
Anyway,
don't have baseball.
True. A lot of baseball.
I can barely hear Jim. I don't know.
Well, I turned
All
Oh,
myself
right,
down.
so I'm going to start us off. I just happen to
okay.
have a Thibodeau joke right here.
All right.
Just happen to be there.
Just happened to
And
be here.
so, Boudreaux and Thibodeau, they ran into each other the other day. And Thibodeau made a remark to Boudreaux. He said, "Where the hell you been? I ain't seen you in months." Boudreaux said, "Well, it's because I've been at college. Get me an education."
Education.
Now Thibodeau said, "Well, that sure is nice. What the hell you learn out there in college?" So Boudreaux said, "Well, I've been studying a subject they call logic."
Hmm.
Now, of course, Thibodeau, he said, "The hell is that? Logic."
Yeah.
So Boudreaux tells him, he says, "Well, it's easier for me to give you an example than to try to explain it. So, do you got a dog?" Thibodeau says, "Yeah, you know I got a dog." Boudreaux says, "Well, and if you got a dog, that means that you must have a yard to keep the dog in." And Thibodeau agrees. He says, "Yeah." And Boudreaux says, "And if you got a yard and a fence, you must have a house." And again, Thibodeau agrees. "Yep, you're right." And then he says, "If you got a yard and a house, you probably married."
Ooh.
Again, Thibodeau agrees. Now, Thibodeau, he says, "Now, Boudreaux, you know that me and Clotilde been married 30 years." And Boudreaux says, "Yeah, that's logic." I'm even confused on that one. Now, Thibodeau, he's all excited now that he understands what logic is. And the next day, he ran into Abel down at the feed store. And they get to talking, and Abel asks him about Boudreaux. Thibodeau says, "Well, you know, I saw Boudreaux yesterday, and he told me he'd been to college studying logic." And of course, Abel asked, "What's logic? The hell is that?" Some coon ass. That's logic.
Yeah.
And
I
Thibodeau
thought
says,
that.
"Well, let me give you an example. Do you got a dog?" Abel says, "No, I don't got no dog." Thibodeau says, "Well, you must be gay." I think I must have skipped a part. Oh no, he got married, Clotilde. Alright, that one was stupid. But y'all know I always
Cause you
start
don't
off
have
with
a
a
house,
stupid
which
joke.
means because you don't have a house, which means you don't have. He's not married, so he must be gay.
I agree. I wonder about Thibodeau often.
That makes total logic, I think.
Dang.
Alright. Late one Saturday night, Boudreaux and Marie were driving down around downtown Point Bro, also known as the catfish capital of the world. Man, I feel like I must have ate a gummy or something, man. I don't know what's going on. Doing like Catboy. Let's start over. Late one night, Boudreaux and Marie were driving around downtown Port Bro, the crawfish capital of the world, when they see their good friend Thibodeau getting out of his truck wearing nothing but a smile.
Ooh.
Boudreaux said, "Hey Thibodeau, what the hell are you doing out here in the middle of downtown naked?" Thibodeau says back to him, he says, "Boudreaux, I was at this party and the lady there said to everybody, she said, okay now, we're going to pass a real good time. I'm going to turn off all the lights and I want everybody to take off all their clothes and let's go to town."
Ooh, baby.
I think I can end that joke right there.
He went to town.
Just go to town. Because y'all know Thibodeau.
I don't think
Oh,
he
we know what's
interpreted
happening there.
it. I don't think he interpreted it properly, though.
But he tried.
Yeah, sometimes you
Right
gotta-
place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Or maybe something else like that. Alright, one more. Boudreaux and Thibodeau were talking the other day, and Thibodeau told Boudreaux that he had asked Clotilde the night before for sex. But he wanted to do it a different way. He told her he wanted to try it doggy style.
Ooh.
Boudreaux's ears perked up. He said, "Whoa, that sounds like fun. How'd that go?" Thibodeau says, "Oh, it wasn't too much. I sat up and begged, and Clotilde rolled over and played dead." That's an old one.
That's doggy style.
All right, open mic. Let's give it a try. Who's
All right,
got
who
some
wants to come up
jokes?
there? Who's got something?
Did you find some wild? Did you look up any?
No, I didn't even look.
Well, Jim, you do a couple, and then it'll be a quick night.
Unless Pearlie's got some, unless Pearlie's got some.
All right, let me get my camera out of the hell out of there. All right, everybody, let's welcome up Jim to the stage.
All right, Jimbo.
So you want me to do all my jokes, or do like some of them and come back up later? How you want to do it?
They ain't gonna be no later. Just do us a few jokes. You know, your normal routine.
Okay.
Then I'll come up and do one or two more, and then I'll call open mic. And if nobody comes up, that'll be it.
All
Let me see
right.
if I can find something then. Okay,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Yeah. In the news recently, they said there was a forts that lost their Confederate names, like Fort Hill was named after a Confederate general. Now it's being named back to Hill, but it's for Lieutenant Colonel Edward Hill. Now they had a Fort Rucker, and now this one is honoring Hootie.
Hootie?
Hootie
Hootie
and
and the Blowfish.
Oh.
Oh, Rucker. Yes, Darius Rucker. Right.
There it is. Fort Lee is named after Robert E. Lee. It's going to be Fort Lee again, but the uniform pants changed to jeans.
Lee Jeans, right?
Fort Pickett
Lee
was changed.
Fitzamerica.
Fort Pickett was changed to Fort Barfoot. Well, now it's going to be Pickett again, but it's after the fence. Incidentally, they also had a large procurement for white paint. The doctor.
Oh, bad, bro.
Oh, well, it's a picket
Yeah,
fence.
for the picket fence. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Mark Twain wrote all about that white paint on the picket fence. The doctor told me my dad was pronounced dead. I got more upset than I thought I would. All these years, I was pronouncing it dad.
That's
Dang. Dang, did nobody teach you that earlier?
Kids were arguing over who gets the first pancake, and the mom said if Jesus was here, he'd say, let my brother have the first one. So one brother said, okay, you be Jesus.
That's greedy.
In response to the overturn of Roe versus Wade, several states have set up safe haven baby box drop-offs. They're installed in the exterior walls of fire stations and hospitals. They're about the size of an oven. A mother with an unwanted newborn can open the box and deposit her infant and set it for 350 degrees.
Wow.
After a
Damn,
couple
bro.
after a couple of hours, the alarm goes off. It's too bad the maximum age is 30 days. I would have liked to have dropped off a 14-year-old in my past.
For sure.
Yes, right?
The leaders of Orgasmic Meditation Women's Wellness Company were convicted in forced labor trial. They were accused of forcing members into having sex with prospective investors or clients. The two leaders were sentenced to 20 years in a safe haven baby box. A few years ago, a storm damaged an oak tree in the lawn of John and Amy Higgins in Minneapolis. The couple decided to give the tree new life, but instead of carving a woodland animal with a chainsaw, they made it into a 20-foot giant pencil.
Damn.
Good.
They really wanted to draw some big attention.
Ah, yes. Oh, good one there.
Since it was completed, they performed a ritual every year. They sharpen it using a scaled-up sharpener. They take off between 3 to 10 inches every year, depending on who's sharpening, John or Amy.
One's more accurate, one's more wishful.
You notice I said pencil and inches and didn't even make one penis joke until now.
Till now.
Until just now. You blew that one.
The ring-tailed lemur at a Scottish zoo is officially deemed the oldest in the world by Guinness World Records. It's age 39. It has a short tail, and thus its name is Stumpy. He fathered 11 and has 25 grands, 6 great-grands, and 1 great-grand lemur.
Wow. Grand lemur.
Normal lifespan is 20 to 25 years. When he was asked the secret to a long life, Stumpy was quoted, "Short tail. Now get off my lawn."
I was laughing. I had my mic off.
6-foot alligator was found lurking outside a Virginia motel room. As animal protection captured the animal, the alligator was heard yelling, "I already paid that bitch and she said she'd be right back."
Oh, there's Randy. Hi, Randy.
Randy! Well, Father's Day was recently, so I'm doing a few Father's jokes. I spent my Father's Day staring at an orange juice can because written on the side was concentrate.
Ah, yes. That's a good one.
Is it any wonder my favorite kind of music is pop?
Pop. Pop for Dad.
I dropped my burger at the cookout and I flipped out.
Oh,
I was throwing a clock out the window to see time fly. I took a ladder to the bar. They said for fathers, the drinks were on the house. Darth Vader was coming to breakfast, so I made his toast a little on the dark side.
that was clever. Smart idea. Very thoughtful.
Yeah. I don't swim with the sharks because I bet it costs an arm and a leg.
Maybe a pancreas, too.
And for my final joke, I want to warn you in advance, this is a knock-knock joke, which does require audience participation.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
Yeah.
Barry.
Harry who?
Very funny. Just like my jokes.
Got one. All right.
Well done, Jimbo.
All right. Big hand to Jim, y'all.
Thank you, thank you.
Whee!
Hey, Randy.
Hello, everybody.
everybody. I'm trying to get my shit together here, but
Yeah, get your shit together.
Yeah.
While you doing that,
Don't
listen to
forget
this
where
here
you
joke.
put it.
Got a light
Oh,
on
there's
shit.
Moonbeam. Hello, Moonbeam.
You just rest in. Oh, Moonbeam's here too?
It just popped in. There
Oh,
she comes.
there she
right
is.
now.
Come down the stairs.
where's all them damn babes that was here last time?
You're not here this time.
Oh, I tried to get so many phone numbers, but
Oh my god, that's why they're not here, bro.
Look who's here?
Randy running off the audience. Alright. Officer Boudreaux. He was out patrolling down the levee down in Catahoula the other day. He
Catahoula.
spotted Thibodeau. You ever been to Catahoula, bro?
Never been to Catahoula.
It's a beautiful town, bro. And it
Ah.
runs with a bayou running right through it. And they got a
Ah.
levee.
And the levee.
Yep. Yep.
Did you take
Now,
your Chevy to the levee?
bayous don't have levees. This is a special
Oh.
bayou.
Yeah,
You can take your Chevy to it.
Take your Chevy to the levee.
Right.
Now, while Officer Boudreaux was out patrolling the levee down in Catahoula the other day, he spotted Thibodeau driving along and weaving all around the road, side to side, up and down, driving like a fool. So Boudreaux saw that as a good way to write up a ticket, fill up his quota, collect some money for the state, like good police do. So Officer Boudreaux pulls over Thibodeau. Lights flash and sirens wailing. Thibodeau pulls over. And Officer Boudreaux walks up to Thibodeau's pickup truck and advises him that he will have to take a breath test.
Ooh.
Thibodeau. Oh no, I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. I got asthma. I can't do that. I got it real bad. And if I blow too hard, I'm going to have me a real bad attack.
Oof.
So Boudreaux lets him. All right. Then I'm going to have to give you a blood test.
Oh.
Now again, Thibodeau says, yo, I am so sorry. I got hemophilia. If you take my blood, I could bleed to death.
Oh.
Now Officer Boudreaux, he's getting a little frustrated. He tells Thibodeau, he says, well then, I will need a urine sample so we can test that down at the lab. Thibodeau says, well, I am truly sorry again. I can't do that either. I got diabetes. And if I do that, my blood sugar is going to drop real low. I might die.
And he's got some for everything.
Officer Boudreaux says, all right then, come over here and walk this straight line for me. Again, Thibodeau says, yo, I'm sorry. I
You
can't do that either. Now Officer Boudreaux, he's pissed. He interrupts him and why the hell not? Thibodeau says, because I'm drunk. That's the best reason I could think of.
Guess it was a penis test. He stepped right on it.
All right, let's got one more.
Okay.
After a day fishing down at the lake. Is the cat hungry? Yes. Okay. All right, y'all. The cat is hungry.
Well, better feed him then.
Cat's gonna get fed.
All right.
But I ain't stopped my joke. After a day fishing at the lake, Boudreaux, he's walking home carrying two big old fish in a bucket. He's approached by the game warden, who asks him for his fishing license.
Huh.
Now, naturally, Boudreaux ain't got no damn license.
Of
He
course
says
not.
to the warden, he says, I didn't catch these fish. They my pets.
Ah.
Now, every day I come down here to the lake, and they jump out the bucket, and I let them swim for a little while, get some exercise. And when I whistle, they jump back in the bucket and we walk back home.
Awesome. Fish.
Now, the wildlife agent, Mr. Warden, he didn't believe that shit. He reminds him that it's illegal to fish without a license in the state of Louisiana. Now, Boudreaux turns to the warden. He says, look, if you don't believe me, then watch this. And he throws the fish into the water. Then the warden says, hey, now whistle to them fish. Let me see them come out the water. Boudreaux turns and looks at that wildlife agent. He says, what fish? The hell you talking about there, Boudreaux?
Yogi.
And that ain't no fishing tale either. That might have really happened one day.
That could easily happen.
Alright, here's a short one for y'all.
Okay.
A little bitty zoo in Louisiana. Down in the bayou. Down in, where was that at? That was in Chalmette. They obtained a very rare species of gorilla.
Ooh,
A gorilla, y'all.
really, y'all?
And within a few weeks, that gorilla was a female, and it became very hard to handle, as females often do.
Uh-huh. Don't you forget it.
Upon examination, the veterinarian determined the problem. The gorilla was in heat that time of the month. Or 6 months,
Well,
or
those are
however
two
many times they do it. And to make matters worse, were no male gorillas anywhere in the South. Nothing available. Now, they was thinking about that problem real hard. And Boudreaux thought of Pierre, one of these Cajun. He's a part-time worker responsible for cleaning up the animal cages. You know, like pick up the shit.
Poop.
That's Pierre. So Pierre showed up. Well, yeah, Pierre showed up, and Boudreaux talked to him about it. He says, "Would you be willing to mate with a gorilla for $500?" Now Pierre showed some interest. It's $500, y'all. You can buy a lot of crab traps for $500. The following day, he announced to Boudreaux that he would indeed accept their offer, but only under 5 conditions.
5.
5 conditions, and he would, you know, to the gorilla. The first condition, Pierre says, he says, I ain't gonna kiss that gorilla on the lips. Ain't gonna happen. Boudreaux said, that's fine. You ain't gotta kiss her. Second, she must wear a Dale Earnhardt t-shirt. Don't ask no questions, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, Boudreaux agreed. Dale Earnhardt on the gorilla.
Junior.
All right. Third thing, says Pierre. Pierre, third thing. Y'all can't never, ever, ever tell anybody about this. Total secret. Boudreaux agreed. Ain't nobody had to know about that. The fourth condition, he wanted all the children raised to be Catholic.
Ah,
And of course, Boudreaux agreed. And last and final condition, Pierre says, I'm going to need another week or two to come up with that $500.
oh! He thought he was gonna have to pay. Dang.
He was willing to pay too. All right, with that, it's open mic time. All right, everybody turn and look at Randy.
Think y'all gonna go to hell for telling that joke?
We might.
I'm
I'm probably going to go to hell anyway.
I found some.
At least I have some good jokes with me.
I found some
Wild Fish, yeah.
too. I can do.
Oh,
Well, okay, you got some jokes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's welcome a Wild K to the
Stupid and
stage.
silly, but, you know, here we
hey,
go.
Wild K!
Hey!
Very special treat, Wild K.
We should do this all the time. Until I stopped. Okay, here we go. These are some quips and things and such. All right. Hi, everybody. Wow, turned out to be quite a few people here. And hello, YouTube, you YouTube people out there. Hope you're having a good time. Anyway, I've got a Bonnie Tyler sat nav, but it's useless. It keeps telling me to turn around. Every now and then it falls apart. And don't ever trust atoms, because they make up everything.
Lying sons of bitches.
ATOMS. Yeah, atoms.
Oh, I thought you meant Adam.
Atoms. Yeah, atoms. You know, atomic things. Let's
Tell you
see.
what, you can't trust Adam either. So
That's right. Well, yeah, because you know, look what Eve did, and look how that turned out.
that's right.
I tried to change my password to 14 days, but my computer said it was too weak. Yeah, the week. Play on week.
The same motherboard I got.
I saw a woman in the high street today selling novelty-sized mobile phones. She had the biggest pair of Nokias I've ever seen. Autocorrect has become my worst enema.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was an autocorrect error. Okay, so everybody knows what the speed of light is. It goes 186,000 miles a second, right?
Yep.
What's the speed of dark?
Ooh. Light and a negative, right?
Non sequitur.
Retreat.
Right. Uh-huh. Okay.
Got it right? What?
Rhetorical question.
Dyslexic IT technicians wait ages for a USB, then 3 come along at once. I don't get that one.
Type A, B, C.
Or BSU. I don't get that one. I have to think about that one more. I wanted to make a joke about sodium, but nah, an A. Some of these are better written. I'd tell you a chemistry joke, but I wouldn't get a reaction like I am on, much like the rest of these jokes. I'm not getting any reaction.
Certain intellectual level jokes don't necessarily work on coon asses.
Yeah, I know. Doug Engelbart, the visionary who invented the computer mouse, has died at aged 88. Shame they couldn't right-click and save him.
Oh,
It's coming, don't worry. AI's right there.
Oh, I purchased a microwave bed recently. It gives you 8 hours of sleep in 10 minutes.
oh man.
And a nice hand to boot.
I needed a password that was 8 characters long. Right? 8 characters. Right? So I picked Snow White and the 7 Dwarves.
Yeah.
You count them all and you get 8. The reason why, okay, this is all scientific stuff. The reason why shipbuilders never galvanize ships is because that would make them zinc. Air resistance is a real drag. What do you call an acid with an attitude? Amino acid.
Amino acid.
Oh, just mean.
That's like nacho cheese.
Yeah, right. I like that joke. Okay, here we go. A different track here. I used to be a narcissist, but now look at me. Note to self. Note to self. Thanks for always being there. Aw. And that's one thing you can always count on is yourself.
No matter where you are. Where you go.
But you know, I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure.
Mm,
I might be indecisive or I might not be. You just never know. If you don't know what introspection is, you just need to take a long, hard look at yourself.
Oh, that's
True.
That's a damn
If I had to describe myself in one word, it would be bad at following directions. 4 words. So yes. I've always had an inferiority complex, but it's not a very good one. Well, so okay, one more track because let's see how far we can go till
Okay.
somebody throws me off, or I don't feel a hook around my neck yet. So
No hook.
Huh?
No hooks for you, baby.
Not
Us-
yet.
I almost had a threesome, and really I was close. All I needed was just 2 more people.
Ooh,
Attention there, you know.
Sex is not the answer. Sex is the question. Yes, that's the answer.
that is the answer. Sometimes it's no. Just saying.
Right? But no generally means yes anyway. So, my girlfriend tried
That's
to
old
make me.
school for sure.
Yeah, my girlfriend tried to make me have sex on the bonnet of her Honda Civic. But if I'm going to have sex, it's going to be on my own accord.
Ah,
Okay, one of these I'm gonna have to just stop. Maybe I'll make this the last one. Okay.
okay.
No, keep going.
All
keep
right.
going.
Oh, okay.
You're on a roll.
The couple next door have recently made a sex tape. Obviously, they don't know that yet. I keep asking my girlfriend to sexually please me. Okay, let me try this again. I keep asking my girlfriend to sexually please me with her key ring, but she keeps fobbing me off.
Oh,
Wait, what is this one? My ex-girlfriend. Oh, this is for a guy joke. Okay.
That's all right.
Um,
Tell it.
Oh well, I don't even know if we get it.
Only
My
if it has a
ex-girlfriend
penis
would
in it.
always, my ex-girlfriend would always ask me to text her when I got in. Oh, I get it. My ex-girlfriend would always ask me to text her when I got in. That's how small my penis is.
oh,
Are you in yet? Are you there yet?
Why not that?
I guess it was on vibrate.
Yeah. Sex without love is a meaningless experience. But as far as meaningless experiences go, it's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, there are more worse things. Like work.
All my mother told me about sex was that man goes on top and the woman goes on the bottom. For 3 years, my husband and I slept in bunk beds. Let's see if this long one is any good. A man got onto a train and sat next to a woman reading sex statistics. And he asked, "Any good?" Fascinating, she said. American Indians have the thickest penises and Polish men have the longest. And so she says, "By the way, I'm Jane." And he says, "Hi, I'm Tonto Kaminsky." He's an Indian and a Polish.
Yeah, you got
Tonto
it all.
Kaminsky.
Fat and long. The hell? What did I just say? What the hell did I just say?
I don't know. I guess we listened to this. We heard this joke last week.
I forgot it. Remind
Okay.
us.
Okay. Well, what's the difference between a golf ball and a G-spot? The amount of time he'll spend looking for it. Okay, this one, I'll make this one the last one. I got one more after that. I got another man joke after this one. Okay, I had to complete a survey yesterday about what I thought about sex on the television. I said it was extremely uncomfortable. Okay, here's the last one. Here's a quick man joke.
That's back
If
when
it
they had
weren't
those
for
antennas.
pickpockets, I'd have no sex life at all. All right, thanks for all those fake laughs or all these lame jokes, but there we
Well,
go.
take
I
care.
passed the time a little bit. Thanks
All
for
right.
not
Thank
throwing
you,
tomatoes.
Walk.
and stuff.
Big hand for Walk, y'all.
Yay.
Thank
Don't say
you,
they're-
thank
Don't say
you.
they're fake. You'll give me an inferiority complex.
But but it won't be any good, right? Okay.
All right. Boudreaux and Thibodeau. They've been out fishing. Now, they was out all day. They had only caught each one fish. Now, as they returned to the dock, the wildlife and fisheries agent was waiting for them. And he asked, of course, to see their fishing license.
Oh,
Now, y'all know about from earlier what that's going to be.
yeah.
Naturally, ain't neither one of them boys had a license to fish.
Of course not. They're coon
Of course not. So the wildlife and fisheries agent wrote them both up for fishing without a license. Now, when they went down to the courthouse to pay their fines, the judge fined them each $500.
Oh, that's stiff.
Now,
Wow.
as they were leaving the courthouse, Boudreaux turned to Thibodeau. He said, "Tip, do you realize them two fish cost us $1,000?"
Wow.
Thibodeau said, "Yeah, I know. It's a damn good thing we only caught two of them." Thibodeau
I can
don't
tell how well
understand.
they did at math at school.
He don't understand scale management or whatever it is. The thing I don't understand either. All right. We'll do open mic one more time.
Oh, quickly.
Call out to
Randy,
the
you got
audience.
anything?
Actually, I could do more jokes.
I'll do some if you
Okay.
want.
It's quarter till, so we, probably
Yeah.
got enough to last
We got
another
15 more minutes.
Randy,
was
do you got anything?
Wondering if Randy wanted to come up here.
Come on, Randy. Oh, Randy.
All right. This is what we're going to do then. Old man Boudreaux. 87 years old, y'all.
Wow.
He walked into Mama Toot's house of ill repute and loudly, confidently announced, "I want me a woman." Mama
Ah.
Toot looked at him kind of funny. She says, "For what?" And Boudreaux, of course, he said, "Well, this is Mama Toot's house of ill repute, ain't it? And you got lots of women here that are ready and willing, don't you?" Well, Mama Toot, she says, "Yeah, but what you want?" Boudreaux says, "Well, I want to get me some.
Hmm.
That's why I'm here."
Yeah.
And Mama Toot, she replies, she says, "You too old. You've had it." To which Boudreaux says, "Oh, I'm sorry. How much do I owe you?"
He doesn't even know.
Don't even remember.
Hmm.
That's what you call happily old. Believe you got some. I mean, that's half of it, right?
The whole point, I think.
Remembering it is, yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a longer one.
All right.
Slightly longer. Not necessarily more funny, but a little bit longer. All right, a young Dr. Thibodeau moved out to a small bayou community to replace Dr. Mayo, who's ready to retire. Now, Dr. Mayo suggested that the young one accompany him on his rounds, so the community could get to know him, know their new doctor. Now, at the first house, a woman complains. She says, "I've been a little bit sick to my stomach." And the older doctor, Dr. Mayo, "Well, you've probably been overdoing the fresh fruit. cut back on the amount you've been eating and see if that helps.
Hmm.
Now, as they left, the young Dr. Thibodeau says, you didn't even examine that woman. How you come up with the diagnosis so quickly? Well, Dr. Mayo says, I didn't got to. You noticed I dropped my stethoscope on the floor, and when I bent down to pick it up, I noticed a half a dozen banana peels in the trash can. And I
Ah.
know that that was what was probably making her tummy hurt.
Ah.
And the young Dr. Thibodeau, well, he says, well, that's pretty clever. So if you don't mind, I think I'd like to try that at the next patient.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Now, they arrived at the next house, and they spent several minutes talking with the younger woman. She said that she just didn't have the energy that she once did, and said, quote, I'm feeling terribly run down. Now, Dr. Thibodeau, the young Dr. Thibodeau, tells her, he says, well, you probably been doing too much work for the church. And Dr. Thibodeau told her, he says, perhaps you should cut back a bit and see if that helps. Now, as they left, the elder doctor asks, he says, I know that woman well. Your diagnosis is most certainly correct. She's a very attractive, she's very active. I fucked it up. She's very active in the church, but how did you arrive at that conclusion? Oh, y'all, there's a page too. Good thing I remember the second part. We don't have to put a pause on it. Well, Dr. Thibodeau, he explains, he says, well, I did like you and I dropped my stethoscope. And when I leaned over to pick it up, I noticed 3 priests laying hiding under the bed. I did really fuck it up, though. I bet you the ending was really better than that.
Oh yeah, she's real active in that church.
Real active. Probably a little attractive, too.
Probably the most popular too. Dang,
I
all
told
3
y'all
of them.
this one last week. I told y'all that one last month. Alright. I know I told y'all this one.
Give him a number 12.
Number 12.
Give him a
Coming
12.
up. Father Abel. Old Father Abel. The local parish priest. He was getting tired of hearing people in their confessionals always confessing to having committed adultery.
Hmm.
Now, one Sunday, during his sermon, he announced pretty loudly, he says, if I hear one more person confess that they done committed adultery, I'm quitting, retiring, I'm leaving.
Oh.
Well, all of the parishioners, they really liked the old priest. They liked Father Abel. And they did not want him to leave. So they all got together and came up with a code word. And that word was fallen. You know,
Fallen.
like the fallen angel or whatever, the devil,
Oh,
fallen.
fallen.
And this word fallen was to be used by anyone needing to confess to adultery. They would just say fallen.
Fakes.
Now this seemed to satisfy Father Abel, and he continued to be their pastor for a couple more years. Then he died. And they got a new priest. And we're going to call this new priest Father Boudreaux.
Uh-oh.
So the new priest, Father Boudreaux, was a little puzzled after his first couple of weeks with all the people coming into his confessional saying that they had fallen.
Oh.
So he went to see Mayor Thibodeau. And he told Mayor Thibodeau, he says, you know, you got to do something about the sidewalks in this here town. People are always coming into my confessional telling me that they fallen. Now, Mayor Thibodeau, he busted out laughing, realizing that nobody told the new priest about the code.
Code.
Now, before the mayor had a chance to explain it to him, Father Boudreaux, shaking his finger in shame, tells him, "Chef, I don't know why you laughing. Your wife told me she done fell 3 times in this last week.
Ah!
3 times, y'all." Wonder if I got any more religious ones in here. That one ain't religious. Uno mas. Come on, Stack. Just give me one more.
One
One
more. More.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
Thibodeau liked to play golf, and he had been a golf player for several years. And it was common knowledge that he had gotten quite good at the game of golf. Now, one day he talked to Boudreaux, and he talked Boudreaux into trying it out, because Boudreaux never played golf. Now, Boudreaux agreed, even though he didn't know how to play. And once on the first tee, Thibodeau asked Boudreaux if he wanted to make a friendly bet, like $100.
Hmm.
Now, Boudreaux told him that it was his first time ever played, didn't think he should be betting any money on it. But Thibodeau insisted. So Thibodeau told him, "Well, okay, but you gotta have to spot me 2 gotchas. That's 2 gotchas, y'all.
Got 2 gotchas.
2
Is that a
gotchas.
rare gotcha?
Well, Thibodeau didn't understand what the hell a gotcha was, but he figured it was easy money, no matter what. It wouldn't matter. So he agreed. Now, after the game, walking back to the clubhouse, everybody was amazed to see Boudreaux counting the $100 bills he had just won from Thibodeau.
Wow.
And they were surprised. They asked
Yeah.
Thibodeau, they said, "How the hell Boudreaux possibly beat you?" Tib says, "Well, I was on the first tee and started my swing when Boudreaux reached up between my legs from behind and grabbed me down there and yelled,
Dang.
'Gotcha!' in my ear.
Oh.
Then he says, 'Have you ever tried to play 18 holes of golf waiting on the second gotcha?' It's because he had to give him 2 gotchas.
Oh, could you get 2?
Because he got 2. Yeah, that's funny. If I had knew anything about comedy, I'd have known how to tell that joke. Y'all be laughing too. Except Wildcat. She laughs at everything.
I think it's funny as hell because I know what it is.
All right, so we got a couple more minutes, and with that, I'm of course, I'm going to call out for open mic. Anybody at the last minute wants to come up? I see
gotta
Jim's moving. Come on, Jim.
Jim's
All right, let's
coming.
welcome up Jim.
All right, Jimbo, part 2.
Thank you. A nurse took a newborn to his mother and asked, "I saw your four boys are visiting. Did you want a girl this time?" And the mom looked wistfully out the window and said, "All I wanted was to pick up a towel." A boy sees some dogs in the act, and he asks his father what they're doing, and the dad says, "They're making puppies." Well, another day, the boy sees his father on top of his mom and asks, "What are you doing?" Dad says, "I'm making a brother or a sister for you." The boy says, "Oh, I want a puppy. Flip her over." My girlfriend gave me 8 inches, and my girlfriend said, "Give me 8 inches and make it hurt." So I fucked her twice, and I hit her in the head with a brick.
Oh, man.
Give them what they want. That's how you keep them happy.
Hey,
That's when they sent in the Marines.
Next night she said, "Fuck me silly," so I put on a clown costume. Let's see. Oh, this is okay. I gotta scroll a little bit here. I told my mother-in-law, "Mi casa es su casa." She sold my house. I've been married 3 times, and all 3 died. You might be wondering how that could be. Well, the first one was from eating poison mushrooms. The second one was the same thing. Third one, she got below the head. She wouldn't eat the mushrooms. I've been in love with the same woman for 41 years. If my wife finds out, she's not going to be.
oh, damn.
There's a beautiful young woman banging in my hotel room all night last night. Finally, I let her out.
No, you said it wrong, bro. She finally stopped yelling at 5 in the morning.
Oh,
But your joke, let you tell. I'm sorry.
bad stuff about drinking alcohol, so I gave it up. I haven't read in years.
Read about it, right.
Just got a car for my wife. Best trade I ever made.
Yeah.
The average woman is 5 inches shorter than the average man. 5 inches. I know there's a punchline there. I just can't put my fingers on it.
You get your fingers off.
Woman standing on a full bus and she feels a man up against her. She glares at him and he says, "I'm sorry, I got paid today. It's just a roll of quarters in my pockets." She says, "Okay." Later she turns around and glares at him again and says, "Between those last 2 stops, you must have gotten a hell of a raise."
Oh. Oh.
All right, it's 9 o'clock, so I'm going to call it a night. Thank you.
All right, Jimbo.
All right, thank you, Jim. Big hand for Jim, y'all.
This spot.
All right, and with that, it's time to say goodnight.
Good night.
So thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us for the hour,
Thank
sharing
you,
some
Nick.
jokes with us, and laughing with us.
We filled that
We
hour.
enjoyed it,
Hey,
and
hey,
I hope to
Nick.
see y'all next week.
Hey, Nick.
And
Can I sing a
Thursday
little
night
song? Can I sing a
is
little song
come
for the
dressed
end of
up
the
in a
show?
caveman, because
Caveman.
caveman is the theme for
Okay,
is it Match
woman,
Game
too.
or is it Hollywood Squares? I don't know.
Should be match game.
Okay, Match Game.
Should be.
So we hope to see y'all then.
Yeah.
And if not,
Hey,
we'll
Nick,
see y'all
Nick.
Tuesday.
Can I sing a little song for the end of the show tonight?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Hold on, let me get close to you, bro. All
Okay.
right, sing your song, bro. Oh, you gonna go on stage? All right.
Yeah,
Good night,
well,
Jim.
No, you're right. Get on
And
stage.
take care. See you Thursday.
Oh shit! Come on. Let me get out the way. Get out the way, Ron. Oh shit! I'm screwed up.
it's all right. It's all right. I could do it off to the side. It's all right. No problem. Oh,
All right, go,
now I
Randy.
got the mic. Now I got the mic. Okay.
Got it, bro.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin.
Ah.
We'd like to thank you folks for finally dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heap and heppin' of their hospitality.
Hey,
Y'all
Cajun
come
style.
back now, yeah?
Cajun style.
Awesome.
Cajun style hospitality. Well done, Randy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching YouTube. Well, I'm the only one.
Can't forget, zero in on that.